Welcome to my fourth visited country as I visit Mexico City, the capital of Mexico and the fifth largest city in the world. By far one of the most tourist-friendly cities in the Western Hemisphere, Mexico City has a ton of museums, excellent food, very friendly people, and awesome weather, and the prices are extremely reasonable. During my 8-day visit to Mexico City, I stayed in a no-frills hotel, Hotel Roble, which is located here in El Zocalo, which is the historic square, home to government buildings, religious buildings, and other entities. I'd highly recommend getting a subscription to EcoBC, a super cheap and user-friendly way to get around the city, with stations all over and access to the parks, museums, and restaurants. Monument of the Revolution is located in the heart of downtown Mexico City, and according to Atlas Obscura, is the world's tallest triumphal arch. There are many indoor-outdoor staircases and an elevator that leads you to an outdoor observation deck with 360-degree views of the Mexico City region. The arch is also home to a few different exhibits, including an art gallery, the National Museum of the Revolution, and tombs that are scattered along the pillars of revolutionary figures in modern Mexican history. But even if you're visiting the monument simply for the views, it's well worth the $5 cover charge to observe the city from 220 feet above. Mexico City is home to many city parks and is surrounded by national parks in just about every direction. I chose to visit Cerro de la Estrella, which was the easiest to visit by bus since the bikes don't go out that far, and had one of the better reviews from the surrounding national parks. I stumbled across this cave on my way to the top of the trail, which had many low-flying bats. These steps led to the summit of the trail and my only true view of the Mexico City Valley during my 8-day stay. On the next day, I decided to book a tour to visit a well-known cathedral and some ancient pyramids that are otherwise difficult to access on your own without a car. Plaza de la Tresculturas was the first stop of our guided tour. That's an archaeological site recognized as 3 periods of Mexican history. Our very informative tour guides then took us to an aloe farm where we learned about the process of farming and harvesting aloe, as well as the obsidian rock. But for me, the highlight of this tour was the Teotihuacan pyramids. And the coolest thing about these pyramids are that nobody seems to know who built this massive city. Its origins are a mystery until today. But it's one of the first great cities of the Western Hemisphere, and it was built by hand more than 1,000 years ago. The final stop on this tour was the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe, one of the world's most visited Catholic shrines. Particularly on the weekend of December 12th, which is when over 1 million people from around the world come to visit the church and celebrate Feast Day, which just happened to be the weekend before I was there. Sorry about that interruption. That was just one of the most energetic street music experiences of my life, which can be found all throughout Mexico City. The path you see here is part of Bosque de Chapultepec, which is one of the largest city parks in the Western Hemisphere and a must-see destination for any traveler. The 1,600-acre park is home to many trees, trails, bodies of water, vendors, and this castle here, the Castillo de Chapultepec. Chapultepec, which stands for Grasshopper on the Hill, was home to Mexican Emperor Maximilian I and Empress Carlota from 1864 until 3 years later when he was executed. Inside the castle, you'll find beautiful artwork, sculptures, elegant decor, and tons of history. And you'll get the opportunity to enjoy even more views of the Mexico City Valley. Here's a look at some of the cathedrals you can find in the downtown Mexico City area, most of which are open to the public during the week and during mass hours on Sundays. Many of these cathedrals are masterful architectural works with stunning artwork. Here's a quick glimpse into the Postal Museum, one of many museums in Mexico City, nearly 150 of them, which is somewhere near the top 10 in the world. Most museums in Mexico City are either completely free on Sundays, or around $3 to $5 US. You are sure to find a museum within walking distance of your hotel or Airbnb. This particular one we're looking at now happens to be my favorite, the Museo de Arte Popular, which houses a colorful array of Mexican folk art culture. There are many colorful figures, piñatas, and other pieces of art scattered across 4 levels. I would personally recommend doing your research ahead of time to understand which museums you really want to visit. There are many museums, and it might be a challenge to see them all during one trip. I'd further recommend at least making a point to visit some of the more popular museums, such as the Palacio de Bellas Artes, the Museo de Antropología, and Museo Sumaya. Needless to say, you'll find a wide variety of museums ranging from culture, history, and art, to name a few, including the Frida Kahlo Museum, which I did not get an opportunity to visit. Access to these museums are very easy, not only by bicycle, but also by Mexico City's primary bus system, the Metrobus. Please be sure to check the museum's websites to see updated hours, rates, and information before heading over. I really hope you enjoyed my video. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next adventure.